All right. We'll march on. Let's see what happens. Let's take a look at what your team has done here so far. Where Penny Hardaway is averaging 36 points a game through 2 rounds. Nearly averaging a double-double as well off of 9.8 assists. He is unreal. Brian Russell stepping up. Which again, the best thing you ever could have done was look to bring him back. Brian Grant's been solid. Ostertag, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks a game. It's working. Again, Penny's not 100%. But on the other side, this time out, your toughest challenge yet. The #1 seed Atlanta Hawks, who look like this. Kendall Gill, Kevin Willis, Glenn Robinson, Robert Horry, and maybe this is the great equalizer. An injured, out for the season, Michael Adams. Don't know how soon or how recently he got hurt. But that is huge. He has been hurt since January, and yet they've still made it here. They have Spud Webb, but he's roughed up too. Demetrius Callip, who's been on my roster for the past couple of seasons, might be their starting point guard. So that certainly opens up the door a little bit. Kendall Gill, Glenn Robinson, Robert Horry, that's tough to deal with. Kevin Willis, tough to deal with. They don't have that like outright center though. This is a winnable matchup. Dare I say it, like you're not the favorites. Not at all. But dare I say it, this is a winnable matchup. We know what the Blazers look like as well because we played them, or at least I played them. But to remind you, again, Clyde Drexler's still there. Pretty damn solid team in Portland. The Clippers, Derek Hubbard is generated, Abdul Rauf, Charles Smith. Dare I say the door is open for you guys to win this challenge right here, right now. Granted, it is 2 out of 3. If you win, we'll still go to the Kobe era, but dare I say the window of opportunity is right there in front of you. It's game 1 against the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Final. Let's see how this goes. In theory, on paper, Penny Hardaway and company could be good enough to win a title. However, Atlanta is going to pull away in the 4th quarter and win game 1. 114 to 104. Just 27 points from Penny in this one. Pretty well rounded from the offense, but Glenn Robinson, 27 points. Kendall Gill with 21. Atlanta gets the better of you in game number 1. Game 2. Let's see how this goes. Strong start from Atlanta. Very, very strong start, but you guys battle back in the 2nd. Atlanta nearly pissing away a strong start. It's incredibly close. Tied at 97 apiece with 1:46 to go in a game that you guys probably need to win. I mean, you certainly don't want a 2-0 deficit again, even if you can overcome it. Ah, it's awesome. They got the Omni branding for Atlanta. That's cool as shit. Yeah, Callip is their point guard. Stacey Augmon stripped of the ball by Hardaway. What a play by Penny. Mid-range jumper for Jackson. He's automatic. And the Magic grab the lead. God, that Omni branding is cool as shit, though. Again, without Michael Adams, without Spud Webb. Stacey Augmon again trying to drive. Nowhere for Augmon to go. Robinson looking. Contested from Augmon. Doesn't go. Strong defense from the Magic. Let's see what Penny can do. Penny trying to drive. Dishes for Juwan Howard. Pump fake. Doesn't go. Goes back out to Jackson. Pick and roll. Jackson looking. Jackson gets it to go. Jesus. Jackson's unbelievable in the play. Atlanta, you don't have time to waste. Stacey Augmon drives, gets it to go this time. 32 seconds essentially on the clock. This is a huge, huge possession for Orlando coming up.
The Magic decide to talk it over. They lead by 2. There's 31 seconds left.
Damn, what an effort by Jackson.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And now the latest.
The 90s really were something in terms of uniforms and looks, huh? Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see what happens. Penny. Will it be Penny or will it be Jackson? And a reach-in foul. It almost looked intentional. That is, I guess it was intentional? They're going to send Penny to the line. They didn't have to. If that wasn't an intentional foul, what a terrible decision. And if it was an intentional foul, what a fucking horrible decision.
Penny is a unique talent and a fan favorite.
2 free points for Penny Hardaway. And Atlanta is going to piss this game away. That was one of the worst fouls I've ever seen. Time-wise, they didn't have to foul. Damn. Now they're down by 4 with 27 seconds left. This should be over. Oh, we're watching the Hawks, not the Falcons, but here we are. Kendall Gill, you guys need a 3. You got to move fast. Mid-ranger for Gill. He makes it. But now they're in the situation where they're going to have to foul. Just terrible Denver Broncos-like management.
20 seconds left in the fourth.
They're going to have to foul. Penny back to the line.
Hey, that's the right play. It's the smart play. You got to stop the clock.
Let's see what Penny can do. He has figured out his free throw shooting. 3-point lead now. Hardaway again. Makes them both. It's done, man. It's done. Atlanta with one of the worst fouls I've ever seen. Completely screwed them in terms of situational. That's it. Ostertag rebounds. Gets it to Jackson. And the Orlando Magic are going to take this game 107 to 103. Led by 29 points. Double-double for Penny. 26 points for Jackson. That fucking dynamic duo and a half. And there you go. Magic very, very, very much in this series, winning game 2. Let's find out about game 3. Here we go. I mean, we've seen 2 different sides to this series so far. Stormy, what's up? I'm doing great. How are you? Orlando. Win it 115 to 102. Outscored them in all but the fourth quarter. 43 points from Penny Hardaway. And the Magic up 2-1. I think you guys are going to do it. I really do. Game 4. I genuinely think you guys got it. Your team just matches up very well. Penny Hardaway is almost unstoppable. However, Atlanta is going to win game 4 convincingly as well. 116 to 94, despite 41 points from Penny. Glenn Robinson, 30 points on his own. Huge win for the Hawks. Game 5. This could be the series right here. Both series currently tied at 2 apiece. Let's see what happens. Strong start for Atlanta. Orlando hanging in there. Hawks not able to get a ton of separation. They're getting it now. It's close, but not close enough. Atlanta wins 114 to 101. Double-double from Penny. Not enough to offset the points from Robinson. The Atlanta Hawks 1 win away from the NBA final, as are the Clippers. Let's see what the Magic can do in Game 6. It's a must win, and that's a hell of a way to start a game. Hawks battling back, though. It's close. It's very close down the stretch. Must win game for the Magic. Can you force Game 7 back in Atlanta? Or will all that shit talking lead to a conference finals loss? We're about to find out. 149 left, down by 3.
And so here's Orlando.
Penny gets the ball. It's up to Hardaway. Pick from Ostertag. Doesn't work. Penny breaks through mid-range from the line. Misses. Ostertag. Rebound. Put back goes. Greg Ostertag. The lead's down to 1. God, Atlanta's uniforms or something. Down low, Kendall Gill. Gill can't get Jackson to fake, but shooting foul is called. Kendall Gill will go to the line. Controversy there. That foul call. Let's see what Gill can do. His first shot. Makes it. Leads back up to 2.
Gill's athleticism and versatility really solid. A guy who can play a lot of positions.
Here we go. Second shot for Kendall Gill. Makes them both. The lead's back to 3 for Atlanta. 1:26 to go, perhaps, in the Magic's season. Jackson has the ball. Over to Penny. Here comes the double team. Penny. Oh. Eat your heart out, Kareem. Here comes Spud Webb. He's back in this series. What a shot by Hardaway. 1:05 to go. A pass inside. Robinson gets it over Ostertag. That was a ridiculous pass. The lead's back to 3. Penny against Spud Webb. Isolation. Penny, mid-range, pull-up, doesn't fall. A huge miss for Hardaway.
That's why it's important to play this one smart.
They need a steal. What a feed again!
Scans the floor well and hits his teammates well.
Spud Webb to Glenn Robinson. Hardaway, quick play to Juwan Howard. The lead's back to 3. Full court here. Still not intentionally fouling Webb, and there it is. I don't think time-wise they had to do it. But Spud Webb will go to the line. First shot. Makes it a 4-point game. Glenn Robinson. Jesus Christ, did he grow into this series. Webb looking to make it a 5-point game. And he does. What a frickin' run by the Magic. It actually has me concerned that I backed the wrong horses. Hating over Jason Kidd. And depending on what happens with your roster, I mean, obviously, I kind of put you guys above at this point. Hey, just because it's my team or not my team doesn't mean I can't jinx them. My jinx carries over. It is inevitable. Russell to Ostertag. They get it to Jackson. They need to get Jackson open for a 3. They're wasting way too much time. Jackson to Hardaway. ISO. Spin. Doesn't go. Hardaway misses another shot. And that should do it. Where's Shaq? He was drafted by Dallas. You know, I kind of agree with JD's take. Ostertag's been good for you, but what would have happened if you had Ostertag and Manute Bol in the paint? 7'7" Manute Bol would have looked pretty good, pulling down rebounds for you. First one's good. That's it. Glenn Robinson and company sink the Orlando Magic in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Final. neither of us really expected to make the playoffs. I was hoping. You guys certainly weren't trying to make the playoffs. You made it all the way to the conference final. But Atlanta will play either the LA Clippers or the Portland Trailblazers for the 1996 NBA championship. A tough, tough loss for Hardaway and the Magic. I genuinely thought you guys were going to win. Wow. The Atlanta Hawks, Eastern Conference champions in 1996, off the back of literally the highlight, Glenn Robinson. That stellar big man. You had him in Manute Bol, and you moved on from him. Yeah, 30 points for Penny, a double-double in defeat. But 26 points from Glenn Robinson. 20 of them in the second half. 15 of them in the fourth quarter. Like, Glenn Robinson just took over at the end of that game, and that was that. So we both get our first taste of playoff experience, only for it to not work out. And let's see, will it be the two teams that eliminated us meeting in the final? No, it will not. It is Atlanta and LA. It is Atlanta and LA, and the winner of the 1996 NBA championship, the Atlanta Hawks, win it in 5 games. Kendall Gill, Finals MVP, averaging almost 24 points a game and 7.5 assists. Kendall Gill and the Atlanta Hawks, champions in 1996, and that brings us to an interesting point in time. In terms of player retirements, it's the end of an era. Magic Johnson calls it quits at 36. Again, got a few more years than he did IRL, of course, with the HIV diagnosis early on in this era. They don't put that into the game, though. Orlando Blackman's gone. Rod Higgins. Fat Lever, the legend. Buck Williams, LaSalle Thompson. Thurl Bailey's gone. Randy Brewer's ridiculous face. Doc Rivers. Among others. John Bagley. The Brick himself, Frank Brickowski. And best name for a basketball player ever. His name is Brick, for God's sakes. Yeah, that is it. Numerous players retiring at this stage. Hall of Famer, Magic Johnson. No surprise. Jersey retirement, Magic Johnson. No surprise. Also, Orlando Blackman has his number retired by Dallas. In terms of historic changes, it's a new era for the Utah Jazz. Change in logo, uniform, and floor. The Lakers change their floor. The Pistons go with the new logo. And what a logo it is. As well as new uniforms. San Antonio gets a new floor, and it's a new era for the Minnesota Timberwolves. A new logo, uniform, and floor for us in Minnesota. The Boston Celtics change their logo, and players will now wear their team jersey during the All-Star game. So some new eras here, including for my team in Minnesota. As you see in the top right, the KG era Timberwolves logo is here. In terms of league meetings, just the All-Star thing. So here we go. 1996. We thought this was all leading to hyping up the draft. We thought this was leading to hyping up the draft. Instead, we both made the playoffs. The question... Are we saving the bullets? I'm just going to let every change take place. The question... What happens with the draft lottery? What happens?